I'm out in San Francisco. I've got my iPhone, I've got my GoPro, I've got my skateboard. Let me show you where I'm at as we take a look at some locations for 2018's Venom. Hey, my name's Paul, and I have spent a lot of time watching filming location videos. I'm not a critic or a student, I just watch videos about movies I already enjoy and where they were filmed. It's the first time I've attempted to document in a way I'm familiar with watching on YouTube, so enjoy. Now, I had already found a few locations and saved them on my phone, but this is the one that got me motivated to really give it a shot. And at this point, we know Eddie and Ann were meeting for dinner. Now, the bridge alone was enough to find this spot. Other indicators are that white building in the background and the neon sign above the restaurant. Here it is now, and this right here is what we see on screen. Now, I failed at this scene here. I assumed that it was the same location as the exterior, but a little more research told me that this interior was filmed at a nearby steakhouse. Towards the start of the movie, we get a montage of Eddie riding around his town on his motorcycle. And watching the movie, I was quick to identify most of them. There are plenty of recognizable buildings and streets and such. However, they were too spread apart, not as vital. I did include this one because it was very close to where I started. We see Eddie make a hard left turn on this street coming right at me. You can make out the building on the left and the pier in the background. Now this is now, and this is what we see in the movie. Now here's a couple examples of scenes I had locations for, but just didn't make it out to visit. This first scene right here is from right after Annie gets fired. She's breaking up with Eddie on the sidewalk in front of her former office building. Now, I'm in the bar business, and it really makes me interested in this one. I want to get back out there sometime to get a good look at the outside and the inside of this one here, but this is the bar scene from sometime after their breakup. Now, during the big chase scene, we see Eddie racing around town. And part of that chase, he flies through sections of Chinatown. In this scene, I noticed the Clay Street sign on the left-hand side and some unique architecture. Here's what I saw. Further into the chase, Eddie comes hard through this intersection and makes a left. Visually, it looks great, but there's definitely some movie magic going on here. He quickly makes another left up the street. In reality, this is a dead end, but take a good look at that window on the right near the sidewalk. After all the zigzagging around the city, we see Eddie being pursued down a hill coming from the right-hand side. And to save them, Venom reaches out and catapults them over this railing. Here's a pic of that, and here's a screenshot of that same railing. And here we see Eddie landing going downhill. Now we can see the bad guys landing right behind him. You recognize the window on the right by the sidewalk? This is the same street he raced up earlier. Now, I love how casual they look here. I was really excited to get this one. This is them at Annie's house after all the chaos had concluded. And here is where I'm at. Here's a funny BTS note. As I was setting up my tripod to capture the porch, this gentleman walked past the shot and smiled. He looked at me and said, "Yeah, that's where the monster's girlfriend lives." He was walking his dog. I wish I had asked him to pose for my next scene right there on the corner. He could have been my Stan Lee. This is what we see in the movie, and this is where I'm at. Alright, that's all I got on this one. I had a blast doing it, and thanks again for watching.